Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Busy Thursday. I am Surbhi Agarwal, founder of LegalWiki, and I welcome all of you to this webinar on alternative legal career paths beyond law firms and courtrooms. For this webinar, we are thrilled to have Mr. Shubham Malhotra joining us today. He's a founder of Lawstring Management, who will be leading this session today. And before we dive into the session, let me take a moment to introduce LegalWiki to all of you. So, if I talk about LegalWiki, so LegalWiki is the first legal news platform that presents legal news under 100 words in simple language with an option to explore more in depth insights. So, whether you're a law student or a legal professional, we're so engrossed in our work studies that we often overlook the importance of staying updated. So at LegalWiki, what we are trying to do is make effortless. So with our website, you can stay informed in just 5 minutes a day on key legal developments. We have received an overwhelming response and more than 8,000 users have already visited our website in last 3 months. Our goal is to become insurance for legal community. And beyond news, we have also launched LegalWiki Connect, a platform where top legal professionals share their career journeys and insights. So, through this series of webinars which we are conducting, we aim to guide you in making informed career decisions. And this is just a beginning. We are excited to have you on this journey. I'll just take another minute uh, to share the user experience with you. So recently, based on a LinkedIn poll, we conducted a survey. And I'm excited to share that we received an amazing response. Like we have received, they will be referring to this daily. It is a need of the hour. It is really great and knowledgeable website. Categorization is wonderful, and it is definitely legal version of InShots. Now let's get back to today's webinar. We welcome all of you to this webinar. So, it is our pleasure to introduce Mr. Shubham, who will be guiding us through alternative legal career paths beyond law firms and courtrooms. As mentioned earlier, he is a founder of Lawstring Management, which is one of the leading law firm management consultancies in India. He has built a successful career in business management beyond traditional legal career paths. Sir. He has been recognized twice by Forbes Legal Powerlist as one of the top law firm management consultants in the country. And today he has joined us to share invaluable insights on career options available for law students and professionals beyond litigation and corporate law. So, moving further, do you want to explore law firm management, legal consulting, or other unconventional legal careers? Or if you're curious about what is beyond litigation and corporate law. So you don't have to worry. In this webinar, we will cover all this topic starting from the career paths and how the transition took place for Shubham Malhotra. And then further, we'll explore alternative legal career paths, what's the business and entrepreneurship in law, then how you're supposed to build your own personal brand and networking, and finally advice and guidance for you all. So now, with further ado, I hand over the session to Shubham. Thank you so much, Shubham, for taking the time to join us today, especially on weekday. We're excited to learn from your experience, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, Surbi, for having me. Um, so just one clarification. I have been awarded only once by the Forbes, not twice as of now. Maybe next year.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I'm so
So no
sorry.
problem at all. To give you a brief about myself, I'm Shubham Malhotra. I have been in the legal industry for past 8 9 years. I started my career with working with Ernst and Young, one of the big four consulting companies. Then I switched my career from EY to one of the first law firm management consulting firms, where I worked as a consultant for few years. I've also worked with one of the leading firms in India, handling their international business development side before starting Lawstrings. And now at Lawstrings, we assist law firms with the business development strategies, branding strategies, management side of law, and yeah, so we are catering to law firms pan India, and as well as international law firms now, by God's grace. uh, yes, so that's about me, my journey in brief so far.
That's great. So now let's begin with our first topic, that is career path and transition. So first of all, we would like to know more about you. Like, how was your journey from law school to founding Lawstrings Management? What inspired you to explore this alternative legal career path instead of going to traditional law firms where everyone wants to go and the courtroom practice? And I'm sure this transition and choosing this career path would might have been challenging for you. So if you can share your biggest challenges while you have faced while transitioning to this field.
See, as a law student, to be very honest, whatever I'm doing today in the field of law firm management, business development side, it was never out of a creative desire. Things keep things just happened automatically. I was introduced to the right people at the right time. By God's grace, I had the right opportunities at the right time, and that's how I'm I'm doing what I'm doing today. Uh, the sole thing which I have to give credit to is the curiosity which I always had as a law student. When I started law, just because I wanted to do something of my own. I come from a family who has been into business, have built on their own. That was just the desire to do something of my own. During law, when I entered law school, I got to aware that okay, there is not only one field in the legal area. What we have seen and grown up like seeing Bollywood movies, watching Tariq pe Tariq, all those scenes. So that was the only image I had of a lawyer in my head. But when I started my journey as a law student, then I was made aware about multiple career opportunities. So one thing which I did, and I think has also benefited me in my career, is doing multiple internships. So in the span of 3 years, I did almost 10 plus internships. I used to make sure I'm doing something different. What How did internships help me? Obviously networking is one thing, knowledge is one thing, but apart from that, after I graduated from law school, I still didn't had any clarity which direction I had to go. But I had one clarity that okay, what are the things I don't want to do? uh, for example, I was very clear, I don't want to pursue my masters in law. I don't want to go to the uh, I, I don't have a calling towards the teaching side of law. I don't have a calling towards working in a government sector. I don't have a I had a calling for the litigation side of it, but just didn't want to do it. I was more inclined towards the corporate side of law. Hence, I got an opportunity to work with ENY. Initially, I didn't started my journey as a someone who just start begin his journey from the law firm management domain. That was not the scenario. I had worked with ENY for 1.5 years, and then I had one opportunity. That too because I met somebody during my internship who offered me a job. I kept denying it for a few months because I was again not aware about this particular field of law. When I did my research, had a good conversation with a lot of people who are already working in this domain as in-house BD managers in corporate communication teams, then I was made aware, okay, this is also one field which I can explore, and always had that inclination towards the business side of things. So I took a leap of faith and I thought, okay, let's try it for a few months and let's see what happens. Apparently, COVID happened after a few months, and but by God's grace, everything was going fine. And uh, each and every day, I was getting more intrigued about learning about this particular field. And I'm touch wood, I always had good mentors with me, and so yes, no. To answer your question, there is no particular challenge which I had faced because technically I was not aware about the field. The only thing was how what is the scope of the field. Uh, Things were smoother for me in comparison to other people. Yeah.
Great. So even having a clarity is a good thing, because most of the law student even I am dealing with, they don't have the clarity that they want to go for a law firm, they want to go for the litigation, or they should go for the government jobs. They are like, कि, okay, ठीक है, after college, whatever they'll get, they'll take. It's nothing like that.
Absolutely.
They have the priority. They'll see, oh, theek hai, pehle paise kamane hain, then later on we'll see what we have to do.
That's the
So,
mindset of majority of students, and I don't think that's
yes.
incorrect. Because
Huh,
see, either you have somebody in your family who's guiding you, either you have a good mentor, but not everybody will have that, and you have to go. Everybody has their own journey. You'll do
correct.
some mistakes, you'll learn, you'll do opt for a few things, and all I say is just keep trying. Figure out what is working for you, what is not working for you. You'll never know if you never try whether a litigation is good for you, whether you have an inclination towards the corporate law, government job.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now, moving further, as we were discussing, not everyone wants to go to a law firm or litigation, and especially nowadays, law students have started exploring different options apart from law firm and litigation. And even I've seen that professionals, they are also switching their career, right?
Yes.
So now if we'll talk about what are these some alternative career, opportunities for law students they should consider today, and how is the legal industry evolving beyond litigation and corporate law, and is there any specific skills or qualification you would like to recommend to a law students who want to enter into legal marketing field if someone is looking forward to it? Because nowadays we can see when it comes to legal marketing, brand management, it is standing out, and everyone is trying this.
Okay. Apart from the traditional career paths, litigation and the corporate law firms, absolutely there are multiple other fields which a law student can think of. I'll restrict myself to the law firm management and business development side of it. A law student can think about learning the branding side of law, how the branding is done, how the PR is done, what are the, how it is strategized, how the business development side of law is done. There are different skill sets and different uh, areas where one needs to have good knowledge about. Content writing, it's one of the good fields where a law student can think. If you have an inclination towards writing content, that's one of the field. Even I have worked with, and I also work with few people uh, who are lawyer by profession, but they had an inclination towards the technical side of like designing of website, designing of uh, the the website designing and development. Social media management is another area where law firms are looking for assistance, somebody who can regularly manage the social media, the with the right branding, with the right strategies. It's more of building presence in the market. Then apart from that, I think, yeah, these are the even the HR side of law, recruitments. Lawyers who are good with networking and connecting with people love the HR side of law as well. You can be working as a HR of a particular law firm. There are recruitment agencies, companies which are specifically into the legal domain and assisting the recruitment side of for multiple law firms. That's one area you can think of. So it's not limited to the only the litigation and corporate law as of now. There are multiple fields which a law student can think of.
So, if someone wants to start this career from very scratch, so
Hmm.
what are the steps they should follow for the same? Because even if I want to enter into this particular field, legal marketing, I actually don't know anything about it. If
Hmm.
someone wants to start, so what could be the first step that person should, do?
See, sadly, there is no curriculum which I can suggest. Okay, this is something which you should read, and this is something which you should. It's more of a practical learning. That's how it happened with me also. So if you have an inclination towards, if you're a law student and you have an inclination to build a career in the business development side of law, the management side of law, start with the basic thing, which is internships. Get into the system. Once you get into the system, then you'll start exploring, okay, what are the things which are being done and how they are being done. That is first part of it. Have a good command on written and verbal both. That is another area, because a lot of content is worked upon in this particular field. Added advantage would be if you have good skill sets, like you are good with designing part of it. There are multiple tools in the market now. If you're good with those tools, designing part of it, editing part of it, That will be an added advantage for you. Learn designing tools, graphic designing tools, learn video editing tools. It will be an added advantage. Have a good command on the content, not the chat GPT content, but something which you can develop on your own. And yeah, start with the basic internships. Look out for the opportunities in the law firm management domain. If there is any in-house opportunities, we have worked with a lot of law firms where we have hired interns as well for the management content writing part of it, knowledge management side of law. So those are the areas where a law student can explore to learn these skill sets.
Okay, perfect. So let's move on to our third part. So if I'll talk about the business and entrepreneurship in law, so what services, if you can tell us, key law strings management provide, and how do they help legal professionals, keeping in mind the BCI rules and regulations? And what are the some key lessons you have learned as a legal entrepreneur and someone like, for example, law students or young lawyers who are looking forward to start their own venture or businesses? So what are the steps involved in that, as you have also started? So if you can guide us through that.
Okay. So starting with what are the services which we provide at Lawstring Management. So we have three verticals, uh, majorly. One vertical revolves around the branding side of individual lawyer or law firms. Under the branding, there are multiple rankings and submissions which happen during the year. We assist law firms with that process. We provide our consultancy services for that, and that is one part of it, of branding. Another part of branding is PR services which we provide. We guide law firms with which are the right platforms to publish their thought leadership pieces. If there are any media quotation requirements, if they want to showcase them as a thought leader in a particular field, we assist them with that particular service. Then social media management is another area under the branding, where we, to build a recall value and to build a presence on digital platforms, we assist law firm in strategizing their social media. That is one vertical. Another vertical where we assist law firms with is the business development side, where we assist them with search engine optimization. And there is another lead generation campaign which we have, where we understand their target audience and create a customized databases and help them to reach out to them. That is another area. Then the third vertical is the management side of it, where we assist them with the HR side, managing their team members. We provide HR services along with website designing, development, and maintaining their website. So these are the major areas where we focus upon as of now. So yes,
Great.
what was the
And
other part of your question? I'm so sorry.
yeah, I don't hope my screen is also visible now.
Yes, yes, it is. It
Yeah, yeah.
is.
So basically, I've mentioned here also. So basically, the next part is if you can share the key lessons you have learned as a legal entrepreneur, and if
Hmm.
someone wants to start law students or young lawyer, their own legal venture. So what should be the step ahead?
See, if you're starting your own law firm, I'm assuming this is like if a young student is willing to start their own law firm, right? That's what we are intending to. Okay. See, if you're starting your own law firm, first of all, always be clear in mind that it's a long term game where we are heading towards. Uh, you have to be patient enough of all the things which are happening. It's not something which will build in few months. It takes. Be very clear. Pick a niche if you can. Don't try to be jack of all trades and master of none. If you can, these days, what I have witnessed, and this is my personal opinion, the firms which have picked up a niche has beautifully uh, worked for them. There are law firms which are known for their data protection work. There are law firms which are known for their white collar crime work. There are law firms which are known for the technology part, technology law. So as the entire world is emerging, similarly, the legal field of it is also emerging. If you can pick a niche, if you can pick an area where you hold expertise and you have an inclination towards it, start with that. Instead of saying a full service, we are a full service law firm and everything, that happens gradually with the process. Start with the niche, showcase yourself as a thought leader in that, and be patient. enjoy the process.
Okay, that's great. So let's move forward to the next part, building a personal brand and networking. So, networking, to we all know that it's very important in a legal field. Start
Right.
like during our colleges, we have been taught that we should do networking, we should talk to the seniors, we should make contacts. It really helps in the legal field. But
Yes.
nowadays we can see a personal brand. So now
Hmm.
personal brand, everyone's starting with their LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. So what's your take on that, and how important is this personal branding for legal professionals who want to, exploring non-traditional careers? So mostly if I see law firm, principal associates, senior associates, they are not into that personal brand, more of a, someone who is into the other career aspect. And what are these
Hmm.
strategies a law students can use to network efficiently and build connections? So
See, personal branding is beneficial. It doesn't matter in which field you are, which stage of life you are. Personal branding is something everybody should work upon. The reason I say this is because personal branding means you're creating a trust in the eyes of your audience. If you don't trust a particular person, and the field in which we all are in is a field where you trust a person, and then only would love to give some work to them. So start working on the personal branding is very important. That's non-negotiable if you're not working on a person, because and also it's a time taking process. It's not something you build in a day or a few months. It will take you years to build a personal brand. The My opinion on what, like, these days people are working, there are different platforms. We have social media platforms, there are different format of content you can share. Like on LinkedIn you can share more of the text format of it. Instagrams and all platforms will assist you with video content of it. Pick and choose in which particular format you are comfortable with, but at the same time make sure you are abiding by the guidelines of the BCI. Recently we have also witnessed guidelines coming up where lawyers who have been providing legal advices or advertising, because you can't sound promotional in any of your content. Even if you are posting a thought leadership, it can't be promotional at all as per the guidelines we have right now. It has to be informative. Yes, it can be educated. You are educating the audience, that's one thing, but at the same time you have to function within the guidelines. That's one of the, like, my opinions on this particular thing.
one thing I've also noticed when it comes to personal branding. So law students have started mentioning in a such a way, it seems like their profile are of, they have a lot of experience, they are doing that and this. So what's your take on that? So fake personal branding and the real personal branding, actually it's very difficult to distinguish between both the parts nowadays. So this is one of the problem which I think is also there with the personal branding, because it seems like, okay, okay, you are creating a trust on that particular person, but in reality sometimes you see that, okay, okay, after talking with person, it's seems like it's very different.
Exactly, you gave the answer. See, when you are building a brand, there is always an intent behind doing an initiative. Now, for example, if I am trying to build a brand, I want to showcase myself as a thought leader, and I want my audience to trust me on the services I provide. Now, if I start faking few things, what is the end objective? End objective is somebody reaches out to me, I'm giving them a platform to reach out to me, and I've already created trust in their eyes. Now, when they reach out to me and we have a meeting, but my knowledge seems to be very different what I have portrayed online, what is the end objective I am achieving? That's nothing. Correct.
Exactly.
So you have to be true with your personal branding. If you think, okay, it's maybe good just to have a foot in the door, that somebody has reached out to you because of the fake things maybe you have posted online, but once a person is connected, you're losing your brand, because word of mouth is the biggest marketing which has been in this world before any other digital platform or any other sort of marketing was started. in this
Yeah.
universe. So just have this thing in mind. Word of mouth marketing is also something which travels very fast and quick, just like your digital marketing.
So let's move forward to our last part. So, what is the advice you would like to give to the law students who are unsure about following a traditional legal career?
Just keep trying multiple things, be curious about it, uh, see whatever you want to try, and initial years, 2 3 4 years, and just keep trying different things. If you are not having a call about a particular field where you're working, don't keep yourself stuck for the entire thing. I've seen people after 5 years, after 6 years, changing their field. So it's completely okay. Don't burden yourself with the societal norms and all those things. Those things aren't real, neither are the validations. So just keep trying, because until and unless you explore, you will never know what exactly is you are looking for. If money is your calling, try for a good corporate law firm. If you like to argue in the court, if that's a stage for you, like to perform in the court, litigation is the area. If you have a creative side, if you have a business side of things, there are multiple fields in the legal industry. So think, like, just keep exploring and see what is working for you, what is not working for you.
Great. So, I think that's the end of our session. So, thank you so much, Shubham, for sharing this insightful, valuable experience with us. I'm sure it would be great help for someone who are looking forward to enter into this management side of a legal field. Yeah, and
Yes,
those who are watching,
helps a lot.
yes, sir. And those who are watching, please visit our website legalwiki.co and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Stay updated with our upcoming webinars. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Surbi. Thank you.
Thank you.